Welcome to Everyday Questions with Eve, a platform where I ask where I answer your questions and I give quick fire fast answers to your questions as I receive them online. Our first question today is, I just got married to my husband. We both have 2 children from our previous relationship, ages 10, 12, 13 and 14. I am struggling to get their cooperation and love. Also, instilling discipline is very difficult. This lady wants us to, give her advice about how to deal with this. Now, from what she has said, I can see that, she's in a blended family or a reconstituted family where you have got one or both partners having children from a previous relationship and they have joined together to form a new family, and they have children in this family, and the ages of the children are 10, 12, 13 and 14, and she is struggling to get their cooperation, their love, and instilling discipline, according to her, is difficult, not an easy one. I want to first of all say that changes like this, like having a new family, a new change, having a blended family or reconstituted family can be quite unsettling for children. I also like to say that, a lot of changes, have gone on and is going on. And these changes can be unsettling for children. Looking at the ages of these children, 10, 12, 13 and 14, it can be quite unsettling for them. They can become anxious about their roles in this new family setup. They can also become anxious about, their importance, like the importance they had previously. Are they still going to be significant, in this new setup? Are they still going to be significant like they were before? And I would like to say that, you need to tell them or make them know that they are important to you. In spite of the changes, in spite of the change, they are important to you and they are not being replaced. The love you have for them is constant, it's always going to be constant, and it can't be replaced by anything or anyone else or anything at all. So that love is constant. Children need to feel reassured and they need to feel loved. I also want to say, don't expect them to love you overnight, and don't expect yourself to fall in love with them overnight. These are things that will gradually progress. These are things that will just take place with time. So you don't force things. You let your relationship with them grow and progress gradually. And that can be obtained by spending bonding time, quality time with the children, answering their questions, reassuring them, and letting them know that, you love them. Because when you spend quality time with them, you are able to know, they can ask you questions, you're able to know where they are at, you're able to know their minds and their feelings, and you're able to then reassure them, and you're able to make them feel safe and secure and loved. That's the most important thing, for them to feel safe, secure and loved. Now, the trickiest one I want to talk about is discipline. I find this to be really, really difficult. You have to be cautious with discipline. And from my past counseling experience, I've actually spoken about this in the past, and I found that somebody actually spoke to me about how upset they felt when the other partner disciplined her children. So it's like, there's this issue, like, you discipline mine more strictly and you don't quite discipline yours when they've done something wrong or they need to be told off, and things like that. So it's a tricky one, and one needs to be cautious with discipline. And in my counseling session, I've demonstrated it like a disco dancer. You will become a disco dancer in your relationship, when you try to please your husband, and then you're trying to please your stepchildren, and then you're trying to please your own children. So you are in the middle, or in between it all, just trying to play, to dance between the whole thing, to be a disco dancer between the whole issues and arising and things that are going on within the family relationship. So when it comes to discipline, I'll say to you, try not to assert yourself too quickly as a step parent, because it will cause tension. It will cause tension, for that tension in the relationship. Instead, set up ground rules whereby you are able to speak with your husband and both of you agree and lay down the ground rules, and both of you must, it's a need, it's a must, back each other up. The children cannot see a division between you both. One cannot be saying yes and one is saying no. So there have to be ground rules for the children within the family. And that will go a long way to help. And remain a parent for your child. Remain a parent for your child. You cannot relinquish, your parenting duties and role completely to the other partner or to your husband. Because you need to leave room for that understanding, for that adjustment, for that building up together, for that bonding together. You don't relinquish that your parental responsibility to your partner or your husband, because your children will still want to believe that you have control over their lives. They still want to have that belief that they need you, and they feel better knowing that you are there for them, and after all, you know them best. So you need to still be there for your children. And finally, I would like to say, as long as you and your husband work together, communicate effectively, your blended family will be a happy one. When your children get used to this situation, better understanding and relationship will naturally develop. And I just want to end with two scriptures like I always do on this podcast. Psalm 127 verse 3 says, "Children are a heritage from the Lord. The fruit of the womb is the reward." Children are rewards from God, so we must follow God's words to truly cherish his gift, the gift of children that he has given to us. So I would also like to refer to Proverbs 22:6. It says, "Train your child in the way that he should go, and when he grows up, he will not depart from this way." I hope that has answered your question, and I've given a bit of clarity as to where you go from here, and how to help you to, build and develop a good bonding, quality relationship with your children. Don't forget, it's going to be gradual. You make that progress gradually, and try not to assert yourself, be too strict and too critical. At this time, you need to be more nurturing than ever. And, children will always respond to you, positively when you show them love. So love is the key. And that quality time, not time for them to, just be glued to the television or to the internet, using the computer, iPad and all that, really spending quality time with the children. That is how you can find out where they are at and how they are getting on with issues within the family. I hope this answers your question. All the best.
Want to ask Eve a question? Send an email to everydayquestionswitheve@gmail.com, and we'll try our best to answer the questions every Wednesday on the show. Thanks for watching.